We're in on top 16, and we do get to see the Tearlaments deck in action. First, I think I see an engraver, so there are also Finsmith cards in the deck. And the rest of the end, not so promising. I think we managed to draw Finsmith in Paradise in 60 cards, which, I mean, crazy by itself. And then there is double Tearlaments Kashtira, I think.
I mean, I'm really curious to see the deck in action, especially because at 60 cards you can afford to play, you know, different engine, the Kashtira cards, for example. And there's, okay.
Fuvalos. Interesting timing, I guess. But, yeah. I guess we are not gonna care all that much. We still push through with our plays. And let's see. We do get to the Lacrima because we are gonna go and discard what is the Tearlaments Kashtira, revealing the deck to our opponent. And this will allow us to send a couple of cards from the top of our deck to the graveyard. So many good targets. And let's see. Okay. It's at least an hit with the Saliak. Thinking about the targets, maybe? I guess, I mean, it depends if he just wants to go, because already now, by having searched the Lacrima, the issue is that the normal summon of Rhino would make it a bit worse. But yeah, he's thinking about it. Obviously, we also have, and yeah, that's why we are actually gonna go and search Abnis instead. And yeah, fair enough that we have not seen Tearlaments cards in a while, I guess. So the play will most likely be to use the other Tearlaments Cache to just send the cards from the top of the deck with the field effect. And we also have just the Lacrima. And yeah, here it is. We start things off with the special summon. Let's take a look at these cards. King Sarcophagus. Kind of a whiff, unfortunately. I mean, it is the day of average Tearlaments player. You know, it's gonna be a lot of up and downs, roller coaster of emotions.
But I still like the fact that you know, throughout the weekend we managed to see a variety of decks, including Tearlaments, which is the first time this weekend so far. And it's showing up strongly, especially because you know, although there are 60 cards in its deck, it's consistent, because the more cards you send to the graveyard, the more access you have basically to your extra deck as well.
Okay, we're gonna give the first draw from this Fuvalos. And then Engraver is gonna come out. Not the, I mean, most impressive of openings, but there are some surprising hiding, I guess. Most importantly, I think a super polymerization. So, let's see. Definitely a lot of potential from the Mitsurugi deck to just completely tear this field apart. Or completely Tearlaments this field apart.
I'll pretend I've not listened to it, but sure. Well, I mean, kind of a slow start because of the Fuvalos for sure, just to prevent more cards being drawn. And here...
Yeah. I mean, usual stuff, Abakiri, Sagi. So, we know that there is not a real interaction. I guess there is a cute synergy with the super polymerization discarding the Finsmith in Paradise. There is that, at least. So, I mean, I don't expect Marco necessarily to know what he's up against in terms of possible face-down cards. Could really be any. And in terms of targets, I guess, I mean, SP is probably the one that we are looking to use. And let's see, because this might prompt a response once it resolves. And yeah, we are actually going to get rid of the Serpent, which is going to be a nice plus. Obviously, IP works decently against this, because the monster you bring out cannot be destroyed by card effects. So let's take a look at these chain links.
And I think also in general, not only Rizal Mitsurugi has been super popular this week, and Mitsurugi cards in general showed up how consistent they are. And I think not only putting a lot of pressure, but also having so much advantage after resolving one of them and putting through your rituals, that now I think we're going to use the IP Masquerena, which is going to resolve. And there's a Super Volley being activated. Yes. Also discarding the Fiendsmith in Paradise, which, you know, still good. And then it gets to resolve the Masquerena.
Yeah, and here goes an interesting interaction. The chain link is gonna resolve, the engraver is gonna be destroyed, and then when all of this ends, we can use the cards that we have just summoned. So on the one hand, the sprint to send probably, I mean, usually the premium target is going to be the Merly, and then that will allow us to perform a fusion summon during the opponent's turn. Yeah, there it is. So we have to get a draw from Garura, and then we can fusion. Sorry, moment of difficulty on our side, but we are back, it seems. So we can soon resume play, as we were not able to watch the match. And now we can go back. So the chain resolved. The Merly brought this Dragostapelia back on the field. And yeah, Marco just having a read. And as mentioned, the nice interaction was that with Super Polymerization, we discarded the Fiendsmith in Paradise. So now we technically have 2 more layers of interruption. But Marco is not willing to stop. And he goes to bring back to the field once more this Murakumo. I mean, we could just respond here. Send Desiree.
Yeah, it's just considering his options, whether or not to activate the Fiendsmith in Paradise.
And I mean, once more, we just get to take a look of how good the Mitsurugi engine is at just grinding and getting more and more resources.
Yeah, he's just holding on to the Fiendsmith in Paradise. I think he just wants to wait the right moment. Maybe wants his opponent to push. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. The Stapelia has been used because even though now it's gone, the counter still is useful to change the level of the Serpent so that it cannot be used for an XC summon later on. Let's see. Is that all we got? Do we have anything else that we want to do? And yeah, there goes prayers.
Yeah, we have witnessed this quite a few times this weekend, and I mean, they keep coming back. The more you activate, the more rituals get to use their effect. Still, yeah, no, I think
now
it's about
we
time.
are gonna use this Fin Within Paradise. Yeah, and just look at the amount of resources that Marco still has managed to assemble. And yeah. We get to use the Desiree to finally get rid of this Murakumo, at least for now. And in main phase 2, we're gonna use the ritual.
Yeah, brings up on the field the Futso. Just want to have a look at his opponent graveyard. I mean, there's a bit of setup here to keep continuing pushing. And I think this is still more than threatening, yeah, because here comes the dark.
The level does not matter if you link summon, so Stapelia can be stolen, possibly. And it looks quite promising, but finally, after so many plays, we decide to use this Avnis. What are we going to get? The Black Gold Loves and double Rhino, but do we have a Tearlaments card in hand? I don't think so. And no, we do not. A bit too late.
Yeah, the SP gets rid of the Avnis, and here with a set card, I think it was quite of an impressive turn.
Yeah, what a array of plays from Marco, completely picking this field apart. And now there are only one card in hand and one more coming off the top of the deck to try and climb into this game, which seems like an upfield battle at this point.
Yeah, here it just needs to understand how to deal with this, because now the Stavella is on the other side of the field along with the Espilator Knight. I think 2 cards in hand remaining. There's quite a few things to take care of. Let's see what the top deck card was.
Yeah. Rough spot. Black Goat is okay to just stop the aggression, and okay, King Sarcophagus is a nice card, but a top bit too late. Especially when you don't have enough cards to discard off it.
And he activates the Black Goat. And here, yes, it's changing the SP Leader Knight to the Sprint, which I think makes sense.
And I mean, everything is known. We do discard an Engraver, which gives us at least the possibility of summoning it back, but I don't see how we are gonna break through all of this. It seems extremely tough.
Yeah. Here comes back to Saji. I mean, I think what I really like about the Mitsurugi deck is the spinning effects that basically allows you to bring them onto the field time and again. And you just basically make so much pluses. It now gets very difficult for our Tearlaments player because it's just left essentially with the ores on the field.
And yeah, we're just gonna take a read, but we have entered battle phase. And yeah, that doesn't seem like it's gonna be remotely enough. We use the Saperia. And yeah, now free to continue. We are just gonna attempt to use the Engraver.
And I really like this, you know, packages that have been included in the Tearlaments deck. As mentioned, there are Kashtira, Finn, Smith. I mean, there's the Horus cards as well, and I think this is what makes the deck, you know, on one hand consistent, but on the other hand, you know, it gives you also a variety of different plays. It's still, you know, like we are into a 20-minute game one, which, you know, we're witnessing, although there were some misses with the Tearlaments card being activated. I think there's still room for taking some action here, although I really see the Mitsurugi player.
It seems like an upfield battle at this point. I mean, the opening was not the greatest. The cards that we find off the top of our deck were also not the greatest. You usually need to at least eat some significant pluses when you send cards off the top of your deck. That has not been the case, and now we're just gonna lose everything, pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. We attempted to use the. Let's take a look. I see a lot of cards that we do not want to draw, but the last one is Pressure Planet. Ooh, and that saved it. Wow. He opened, I think, both Bridge and yeah, the 3V Karma.
Wow.
But luckily there was a way to discard it, and this now makes the end absolutely crazy, because we can discard all of these cards and then use the Graveyard effect, the King Sarcophagus. And yeah, that will be a quite different game. But let's see if there is, again, Fuvalos on the other end.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've mentioned this already. What makes this deck so special is the amount of different cards being played in it. And here comes, I think, one of the combos of the deck.
Indeed. There is a heavy Kashtira engine in the deck with triple Unicorn and triple Fenrir. So here we are gonna see some of that going on.
And I think for the first time so far this weekend, we are seeing Kashtira cards being activated and played.
Yeah, truthfully.
Yeah, so at least we make it 3 years in a row that we are seeing Kashtira cards in our national. And still proving themselves to be, you know, very relevant archetype in the current format as well.
And yeah, this is a absolutely crazy opener. As you can see, discarding the 3v Karma, which we can then banish to access so many different cards in our deck. And what is going to be the choice? Okay, makes sense. The other field spell. Usually we can go into the zombie vampire with this. Is that going to be the case? Yes. So let's take a look at these cards off the top. Fenrir's... I mean, Engraver is alright, but kind of a miss. So, interesting decision here.
Well, could have been better. Still, it's
Yeah.
it's okay, I guess.
Oh no, it's not the engraver.
Oh.
It's gonna be the drawn and lock.
Okay.
Interesting line. We still have 6 cards in hand.
And there's also the Tearlaments Kashtira being summoned.
Gonna resolve, and again another chance to send some powerful cards, and it's gonna be a Saliek. Okay, that's at least a good one. Accessing Avnis possibly. Or yeah, even better Shirin. Mabeko. Literally. Let's see. We already have access to the Finsmin engine, but... Oh, there
And
goes
here it is.
an unusual normal summon.
Huh.
But work just great. But we didn't go for the effect. But I mean, that was surprising. And the drawn and lock was a good recognition because now we are able to bounce the drawn and lock back to our end. And that is a very nice line. I'm still surprised, though, that we didn't send them early, though. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very cool interaction, and here also comes the other planet. Well, this is a very, very solid hand from our Tearlaments players, and we also get to see some action. And yeah, I'm super excited because basically we mentioned this before, how powerful the deck can be, especially by playing 60 cards. You have a lot of different options, and yeah, it's just showing us and proving that the deck is still there, still solid.
And yeah, it seems like he really wants to return the favor. We see this impulse, but I mean, I think he hardly cares. And oh, we even hit that black gold laughs.
And still continue milling some other cars.
And there comes again an impressive hurry of plays. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that given that Roberto decided to bring such a unique deck to the event, he's pretty fluent in it, I'd say. And yeah, this is exactly what's gonna happen. We access a trap card thanks to the Scream. And it's gonna be the Saliek. So we have all different sort of interruptions. This is really, really impressive. Yep, there goes the IP. And that is all but done. Marco gets to draw a card. He is gonna have 5 cards to battle this field. And I think quickly picks up his... Let's see what's going to happen. Oh, is it there?
Nope.
No, the third no.
No, it's 4 spells, but it's not there.
Okay, never mind. It looked somewhat similar, and wow, what a start with this part of Extravagance. Oh, but really, only 2 face-down cards through the Extravagance.
Wow, what?
That's unbelievable. 6 cards and nothing. Oh my, I'm sure Roberto is so happy about it. And this is a great card to start things off. There goes the Unicorn, uncontested. What could be even there? He's not even playing in permanence. Oh my, that's so unfortunate. I mean, I kind of jinxed it with saying consistency against explosiveness, and then it's the 40-card deck who breaks. But now we see this spooky Dogwood.
Very good one here with the King Sarcophagus being activated, discarding them early. Well, this is a very, very good start here for Ricardo. Yeah, who brings it back, and of course the Spooky Dogwood is gonna be there, but still is gonna put so much pressure to his opponent. Yeah, here comes another one. Yeah, it brings the Happy back to the field.
I mean, this has been a card that has been played this way in the past. I think Jesse Cotton during Tearlaments format was one of the proponents of just playing Spooky Dogwood against Tearlament because it says you can gain so much life that then, I mean, it's kind of like a win condition. And let's see.
Yeah, enters battle phase, deals some damage. Honestly, really curious to see what may have happened to his end. But yeah, here the Cash Trigger gets activated, sets one, and pass to
take
his
it
opponent.
slowly, and one important draw from Marco. Can he find it? And it's another extravagance. Wow. I mean, this is 13 cards already gone pretty much. Like if he goes, or is it only gonna go for 3? How many is it going to be?
6. Yeah.
It is 6, so only 2 cards remain in the extra deck. Gonna have to play this one just with his ritual monsters. But I mean, surely now, with 3 fresh cards, he finds something. And he does. So, pre-prep, great pickup.
Yeah, it's gonna be playing pretty much without extra deck, and it's gonna be quite complicated, but needs to navigate this the way. And yeah, here goes the Abakiri and the other spell.
And in the meantime, I can sadly, but not to take anything away from his opponent, announce that Lorenzo Muselli has lost his top 16 match, which means we will not get the back-to-back, but I mean, still congratulations on that amazing run to him.
Yeah, I mean, we witnessed his top 32 match, and I think we were taking for granted to have him once again, you know, on stream. But I mean, what a run! What a run he always have. Honestly, it's always been proving himself to be at the top level, and I'm surely confident we will also see him at the European Championship later on next month.
Absolutely, but for now, let's stick to the present and to this final game. It's important to mention that there are only 7 minutes remaining, so we might see again a match decided by time.
Yeah, it's going to use Marakumo now, and the card that I think is just allowed him.
And yeah, Magatama coming down. It's important to keep in mind also that the Burfi was there and could have been used before, but it seems like all resolved, so the Magatama is gonna get rid of the King Sarcophagus, it seems. And then we are gonna lose the entire field. Depending on the chains that have happened. Yep, there it is. Well played by Marco. Managing to clear the entire field, taking advantage of the time that Spooky Dogwood provided.
Yeah, here I think it's just, you know, after what we witnessed for a moment, we really thought that the first part of Extravagance was, you know, a disaster. And now the second one must have put him in the driving seat and coming back into this match. And with 4 minutes remaining, although he's 100 life points down, I'm quite confident he's just, you know, he's getting back at it.
Indeed. Might even have enough in the tank to win this turn, but regardless, with 4 minutes remaining, as you have mentioned, it's going to be extremely tough. And do we really have still an extra deck option with 2 cars remaining?
Did he check what options he has?
No way. Yeah, he surely did. And it does. No, but like IP, and you really have. No way he has like IPSP. I don't believe it.
No, I can't believe it.
Do not believe it. Some questions to be asked, but here comes once more Ritual. And we're gonna try to push as much damage as possible, making it hard for Roberto to stay in this. And look at this, yet another Ritual spell activated. Murakumo comes down. Both monsters are summoned back. And since we went technically first, we can also access our powerful purification. And here comes a ton of damage to the face, but a super polymerization out of the blue.
Wow.
Completely turning this game upside down in a moment in which everything seemed lost.
Wow.
Maybe this 100 points of damage might be costly.
5 set cards as well. What is going on? I mean,
what an ending.
This super polymerization, honestly, we didn't really see this coming, and with 1 card in hand.
That's unbelievable.
Wow.
I mean, I think, no, he still has maybe a card in hand. But okay, we are gonna use immediately prayers, preventing the birth from possibly, you know, completely shutting down the graveyard. And I mean, the issue is technically we have checked the top and we have to give up the card in our hand to resolve the Garura. Still some interesting options. We can use the birth to bring back Akashtira. But do we have a response? We do have Impulse. This could still be over. I mean, we are down to the last card. Do we have anything that we can play? Oof, it's a great one, but there comes the purification. And then it's all over, because I think we don't have any plays left. And with only a handful of seconds, Marco has done it. What a match. And that is it. A pass back, and he's gonna be able to attack and be ahead in life. And there goes the handshake.